Golok time. I don't seem to end up with these classics. This thing's nearly as old as I am. What a cracker. Let's give it a sharpening. New edge. Started out at 10 degrees, but what's happened is I'm almost encroaching on the registered marks, including the sort of words that are blanked into it. So I'm going to back it off and make it like an 11, because I might end up with 11.5 degrees, so I don't lose too much of the original writing. Just give them a slightly more coarse bevel. End up as 12 now, so it's been done so many times over the years. So I'll put my angle thing on, which I got as 10.9, and I'll make it 12 now. 12 degrees, 12.1. Off. Grab this little pouch. A bit more. Why they put the writing quite so near the narrowest possible end, I've never worked that out, because it really adversely affects the scope of what the work can be done on the blade in the future. So as you can see, I haven't even got to the bottom of what the bevel's needed yet. I'm just nickel onto the where it says registered, and that's as far up as I really want to go. So I might back it off now to maybe 13.5, 14 degrees. But it's such an uneven grind to begin with, and it's always on the right hand side every time. See this, how short this is this side? I'm not even got to where it should be yet. The original grind was so uneven. I'm not even there yet, see? I've got all that way to go. This is what happens. It's just because it's not flat to start with, and straight out of the QN quartermaster guy. So I'll puck it to 14, and then I'll flip it over the other side and marry the two edges up in the middle. Okay, other side now. See how little has been done on this side. And the other side, I haven't even got to the bottom of it yet. I can take it to there, match it up to there, but not quite there yet. So wrong. So looking from above, gradually evening up, touch more on this side here. You see there's the new grind. It's just like a uber convex, and I'm trying to meet the other side. Still got all of that to reach yet, so I'll go one side then the other, so I don't creep it up too far. But yeah, good fun. It's getting really close to the line on this side now, so I'm gonna have to crank it to 15 degrees per side now. So evening up the look there, but yeah, it's gonna have to go to 15. So a touch more there, that's 15 degrees, but I still got these huge divots out of there. So Goloks. And that's gone all the way through the belts until I got to a 280 cork, which I run backwards. So now I'm stropping it with a 280, if that makes sense. Nice gentle so it doesn't get too hot. See what we end up with. Okay. And still can't really go much further either way. It'll end up so obtuse. It's just not really got any performance in it, to be honest. That comes from years and years and years of sharpening, and it's convexed it. It's convexed it to such a degree to try and put a flat bevel on it. You don't want to reduce the stock in terms of depth too much, because you end up losing too much of the writing. So I just kept the 1982, and I just about lost the D of the registered, but any more than that I never would have got a flat bevel on it at all. It would have all had to been, again, convexed everywhere, taking the shoulder of the bevel and then going down to the thing and into sort of like, almost like a minaret on a mosque, sort of big fat convex on it, which, you know, it doesn't allow the user to be able to find the flat on either a stone or a strop. It'll be so convex, it just gets more and more and more and more brute ugly. So that's that one. So it was, in the end, 36. I went 80, 120, the 180, the new Alox Deerfoss one, and then I go to a 280 cork belt, but I run it the wrong way, so it ends up stropping it, if that makes sense. Yeah, pretty smooth edge, but that is the most obtuse bevel I've ever put on a Golok. 16.3 I think in the end it was, but you still want to keep all the dings, and now it still looks the original sort of really small stumpy bevel. Yeah, quite pleased with that. Couldn't go any further, like putting a 10 on it. I'd have been so far up, I'd have lost all the markings. I'd have lost the England, actually. I think we lost it where it had literally been convexed over the years. So there's the tip, tip, tip. Yeah, looking good. That's John, that's one down. The usual fun challenge that we get. And I've got a couple more to do. The other one's in the classic MOD. Here we go. You know, again, putting it in a thing like that with the handles and scales on, you're literally fighting the bevel so it's in there without grinding the tooling screws off, because you can't put it there because it's got handle on. Good fun. That's a bit more to play, I think. Yeah. Right, so putting this away with some oil in its lovely sheath, and I shall treat the sheath to some nice leather treatment whilst I do the usual evenings. So ready to go into its storage area. Also work on a couple of other ones. As you can see, it's a lot more even than it was to start with, and I've only lost about 1.5 mil, 2 mil of there. Daren't go much higher, but I've given the customer a nice flat bevel that they can now follow on a stone or whatever, rather than continually, perpetually convexing it to oblivion. Nice section there, with 2-fingered rounded area. So this is a good oldie. It's quite stout as well, like this one, but it's got some fantastic dings on the top. Whatever life this thing's had in its past, it's got a few stories to tell. So yeah, that's now done. Usual fun and games in the garage on the grinder. So it ended up as a 16.3, I think it ended both sides. So quite a 30 degrees on the bevel, but you could still chop and cut without going so high. You losing all the marks and you lose the history of what the knife is. So yeah, thanks for joining me again. It's got Wessex Blades out. Be sure to give us a like. I did a short as well, so good fun. Make the most out of it. It's got Wessex Blades out, and I should be oiling the sheath up now. See you next one.